Welcome to another episode of A Perfect Perception, the podcast where it's okay to be selfish. This is the place where luxury meets liberation, and where putting yourself first isn't just allowed, it's encouraged. Today, we're diving into a powerful shift that so many of us face but rarely name it. What happens when you spent years being everything to everyone else and it's finally your turn? Time for you to choose you. I'm your host, Tonja, a luxury travel expert, self reclamation advocate, and woman reclaiming joy, rest, and indulgence without apology. Have you ever looked in the mirror and realized you've been showing up for everyone but vanished in your own story? Let's talk about it. And welcome back. Yes. So today's episode is about exactly that moment that the silent realization came that something sacred has been missing. And you know what? It's you. So, um, with this episode, we talk about the different things that are, well, in this podcast, we talk about the different things that make being selfish okay. So today we're diving into a powerful shift that so many of us face, but we don't really think about it. So what happens when we've spent so much time, so many years being everything to everyone, and then when it's finally our time, what do? Sometimes we find it hard to choose us. So take a breath. This one is for you. So the shift usually doesn't come all at once. Like we have to roll ourselves into it. We have to take baby steps. There wasn't some loud, climatic moment that made us feel like that, hey, time to choose me. It was quiet. I'm kicking in the door for you and making it loud though. Sometimes we we have to move into things gradually. I get that. Having to move into things gradually, um that's a normal part of life for some of us. Like we don't all kick the door in and just do stuff. I'm not that type of person. It took me a minute to get here, but I'm here now. So I had a soft awakening, and it started actually on one of my first cruises. Um, when I told you guys last April, I said, okay, I'm going to start choosing me now. Me and my husband, of course, but me now. I'm gonna be unapologetic about it. And so I have been intentional with that. As a matter of fact, in February, I started my first annual Super Bowl at sea. And it's a group thing. Anybody's welcome to come if you would be interested. Shameless plug. But my first Super Bowl at sea. And I did Virgin Voyages, and that's the cruise line I will be using, period, for all Super Bowl at sea ventures. So, uh, I got there right. Okay, when I booked it, no kids, no chaos, no need for me to explain anything or have to worry about anybody else's children. But for the first time in years and years, I experienced what it meant to be poured into as a wife, as a mother, as somebody just actually just going out and finding a way and a reason to celebrate me, to celebrate me. So I didn't want to really dig in as a wife. I didn't want to dig in as being like the mother or anything. I just wanted to have some time. No, no. I just wanted to pamper and love on me. just me. So I had all the elevated dining experiences that come with that, with the cruise. It's all included, so you know that add no extra money or get no surprises with them. Um, there was spaces and places where you can go, so they have different things for different people. And I chose to do the things that were peaceful. I was really, really looking for a way to celebrate me in the way that I like to be celebrated. And I don't get me wrong, because I'm like any other chick, there's times you want to just have a really good time and turn up. That was not my goal for this. Now, when it came to the Super Bowl, of course, we did our thing, but I did take the time to find time for myself. And it was really, really a good thing. Thank God, everybody can or was already on a thing because they came with their own friends and family and that kind of thing. So everybody had their thing, and I had an opportunity to take some time to do my thing. And my thing was to reflect on me, give myself some time, give the energy of myself to myself. So it was really, really good. I got to have some grown conversations. I was around some really elegant and very, very, very enlightening and beautiful people. It was awesome. So nobody was rushing for anything. It was just a relaxing yet it was a relaxing yet I don't know the word for it. I don't want to say open, but it was a very, very, very good time all the way around, which was awesome. I didn't feel like I was on there just surviving. Because when you were raising them kids, sometimes there were some times you just felt like you were surviving. Why? Because you had to put your all into your kids. But I felt like I was finally being Tonja, that I was finally looking after and taking care of Tonja. It was a phenomenal feeling. Child, I went to the spa. I don't never do that. And that man would never, ever, ever do another what did I get? The where to stick the needles in you. Shoot, I can't think of the name of acupuncture. So I'll go. I said I'm gonna try acupuncture for once. Now that was a bad decision, but I tried it. I will never do it again. But it was part of my journey as I was going on. So since I felt like I was actually back to Tanya, that was the moment that broke another thing inside of me. Just kind of broke me wide open, just made me kick the door again. And so I thought, so when did I stop caring about myself? When did I stop wanting to be somebody who looks after myself? And I don't think that necessarily it was the fact that I stopped um, caring about myself. So maybe that's not a good thing to say, but caring for myself maybe is better to say. But since then, I made a promise to myself, and if I want to do it, I'm doing it. If I want to choose it, I'm choosing it. If I crave it, I'm claiming it. If I need rest, I'm taking it. I'm not justifying myself to anybody. I'm not explaining myself to anybody. My husband and I are planning our 18th anniversary, and we're going back on Virgin. But this time is not just a trip for me. It's a it's a rite of passage at this point. I don't know that a rite of passage is the right thing to say, but it kind of is a rite of passage. A rite of passage to take care of me, do things for me, be for me. So it's got a ceremony, a ritual, a celebration. We're choosing us at this point, which I thought we had been doing that, but the eye opener from April to now has really, really been life changing. So before we would have talked ourselves like out of doing stuff. We'd have looked at what the costs are going to be, the time that we have to take off, what the indulgences are that we're going to want to do. But now we're on the why nots. I told y'all that he had the heart attack and died at the car wash. So after getting him back from that and the time that it took for him to heal from that, then we turned around and then we lost our house. And so the time that it's taking for us to get everything together to be able to get that back, where it was, it just can all be overwhelming. So I know that at this age, um, it's time out for worrying for anything. So we're moving forward. We're getting all our stuff in a row, but I'm not gonna stop living while we do it. So I spent decades budgeting for everything and everybody else's happiness. Now I'm investing in me and what I want to do. And that's all the way down to how I'm getting down with my business, the steps that I'm taking to take my business to the next level, the opportunity that I have to start this podcast that I would have never had the opportunity or even thought about starting had I not joined the morning meetup. So, y'all, I will have that down in the description as well. If you feel like you are stuck in your business or whatnot, and you're somebody who just happens to be here, check it out. That's just a small plug. I have to say that because those people are everything. So when I decided that I was going to be investing in myself, it changed everything for me. I wake up even feeling differently. I breathe differently. I walk differently. I step differently. I move differently. If I want to fly first class, I book the seat. If I want silence, I just log out of everything and take the silence. Now let me roll back and be clear. When I book the seat for first class, sometimes my sons are paying for it. But for the most part, we take care of ourselves. Before our anniversary and stuff, I have really good boys, and they take care of us in that aspect for anniversaries and things like that. If I want to sit in luxury and not move, that's what I do because that's what I've earned. I've earned that. Not just the luxury, but I've earned the liberation. And don't get me wrong, don't get me wrong. It's not about abandoning my responsibilities. It's not about you abandoning yours. It's about not abandoning myself. It's about you not abandoning yourself. Why? You did that already. So every time I choose me, I'm teaching others how to treat me. Every time you choose you, you're teaching others how you want to be treated, how you demand to be treated. That's even more important. How you demand to be treated. So I want to ask you something. When was the last time you did something luxurious, something that was just for you, and then you didn't feel the need to explain it to anybody? When was the last time you gave yourself what you wanted instead of settling for what was left over? Child, how many times have we done that? Done that. Take a moment, pause for the cause, stop the video, and ask yourself that. But let your heart answer. Your heart will be true. Your heart will answer for you, and it'll be true. It might surprise you, the answer you get, the answer you think. Woo. You don't have to wait until you're burned out. Please do not. You don't have to justify your joy. You should be happy. You've already earned the life you secretly dream about. There is no badge for exhaustion. There is no reward for self neglect. There is no glory in being invisible. You don't owe anyone the version of you they're comfortable with. It's not about them. You don't owe them that. What you do owe is you owe yourself the version of you that you've put under the table, hid under the rug, hidden beneath your duty, your guilt, your grace even. Wow, that'll affect that. Let me tell you, when you pull out or him out, he or she is a very powerful, powerful thing. So if this episode stirs something in you, hold on to it. Don't brush it off. It's important. Don't minimize it. Let it sit with you. Let it change something. I did. This isn't about proving your worth, though. I want you to understand that it's not about proving your worth. You've already done that. You did that when you raised your kids. You did that when you 10 toes down, put everybody ahead of you already. Because now, though, this is your next chapter. This is your chance to make your second half of your life your best half of your life and do it unapologetically. That's what I said. It's not, this part is not one of sacrifice. Like you, since you already did that, it's no longer about sacrificing. It's about, you know, it's about sovereignty. You are now putting yourself first above everybody. I ain't saying above God because we already know that is impossible. And if you ever thought that you could be, you might need some psychological help. But otherwise, it's about your sovereignty. So, this is a perfect perception. And yes, it's okay to be selfish. Next week, we're talking about a phrase I've fallen in love with. Selfish by design, honey. How to create boundaries, rituals, and a life architecture that supports you. A life architecture that supports you. Now, that's going to be fun. Which is talking about something that supports you, not drains you. So you're not going to want to miss that. I am Tonja. I have been your host of this episode of A Perfect Perception, the podcast where it's okay for you to be selfish. And I will see you next Thursday at 8 o'clock. See you. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Share, y'all. Share this with people. Share this with somebody that you know is either in the arena or, in the arena I'm trying to get people to get out of, or that will benefit from this episode. And I thank you for joining me. See you next week.